to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. Del, Tyler, and Shadow Nemesis prepare to enter the monastery, unable to help their friends who had been eaten by an owl. New Rogue and Jack Magnum broke through the fortified insides of an owl that had clearly learned from the deaths of its fellows, and discovered they were hundreds of feet above the ground. New Rogue tried for a diplomatic solution, but mistakenly burned through the bird with his necrotic limbs, and they all plummeted to the ground, flattening Jack Magnum. New Rogue begged for help from the gods to bring his friend back to life, but received no response. Will Jack Magnum be revived when the day restarts? I doubt it.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft. We've already recorded one episode tonight. We're getting ready to record our second, but it is time for us to introduce a thematically heartbreaking special friend. Guy Bradford, it seems like you have someone with you.
Yeah, I did. He got all squished. This is from Ratty Rat, so thank you so much, Ratty Rat. I really love him.
Thanks, Ratty.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a goat squishmallow that's now joined the team and joined the story. So, to quickly recap what happened last episode, New Rogue had been carried away by a giant owl along with Jack Magnum, his pet goat. They had been trapped inside this owl, which interestingly had some gear that seemed to kind of trap New Rogue in a bag inside its body with the rubber involved and some plates. But New Rogue melted through it with his hands, successfully tried to negotiate with the owl, talk his way out of it, almost killed the owl, then did kill the owl by shooting its wing out to try to land, even though he'd seen something magical far off in the distance. And unfortunately, in the crash, he landed on his goat, Jack Magnum, with only his life well tattoo, bringing him back at 1 health point. When he could stand up, surrounded by gore, he did a big dramatic. He realized he had spent his last spell slot on Shadow Nemesis, which he cursed. Then he did the most desperate prayer, saying that he would abjure all gods if Jack Magnum was not brought back, at which point darkness filled the sky and left him with nothing. And then he ended up making a gore bindle out of the owl and Jack Magnum, whatever he could find, and sunk down into a trance to pray and try to recollect himself as his journey went on. It was a real bummer. Alrighty, but I will check one thing and then we will dive right back into this. I realize I need to.
Oh, Gorbindle.
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 That's
Love
a
it.
good metal name. Metal band name.
We've been Gorbindle. I like it. They like each come out in a bindle and just unpack their instruments.
Okay. And with that, it's time for us to return to Ravenloft. New Rogue, you find yourself in your trance amongst the ruins of an owl and your most beloved Jack Magnum. Now, one thing that always occurs when you go into a trance is a memory is recovered from Guy Bradford. Mm-hmm. So can you roll me a d6?
It's a 2.
A memory brings tears to your eyes. Is it a bitter or a cheerful memory? Does recalling it make you feel the same way?
Oh, fuck off. Oh, no.
I didn't pick it. There's 6 options. The game said.
Wow. Memory brings tears to it. Is it painful?
I didn't write the rules.
Yeah, not gonna draw too much near. This is let's see what.
Well, for the record, this is. I will also, just to make this clear to Guy Bradford, the player in this. This is a memory from Guy Bradford, the character in Jesters of Ravenloft. You don't have to necessarily.
Oh no, for sure, because otherwise it would just be like about what just happened. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Adam remembers living in like a toilet and becoming a drug dealer and had several mental illnesses.
and waffle stomping. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me think about this because there is something. I remember. It was transferring to a new school in grade 5 and just being so scared and stuff because I didn't have any of my old friends. And the adjustment period for that. So yeah, that's probably that was a little tearful. It was the first big move I ever did.
Yeah, you remember those pangs of loneliness and the challenges of transitions and the isolation of it, both literal and emotional. And that's when you come back to consciousness. You find yourself still in the darkness. You find yourself in the same scene, the same place.
Wow. I guess just like Guy Bradford, I mean, I'm in a new place in my life right now. Isolated. No friends here. Except old Bindle buddy. Okay. I gotta power through. I gotta get back to my friends. I gotta find some way to bring Jack Magnum back. Am I healed, Dungeon Master?
You have healed back to full health, and you have you can feel all of the magic energy has kind of like returned around you.
All right, so I lost my sending stone. I have no idea where I am, and I'm usually pretty good with.
I was gonna say, can you roll
direction.
me a nature check with advantage because you do have the best sense of direction of any of your fellows.
Ooh, thank y'all. Yes. Let me do that. I love nature. That is. Where are you, nature? Okay, that's an 18.
18. Normally you would guide yourself by the stars, but there aren't any, and you haven't seen the night sky in this area. However, you can tell by the kind of mountainous hills and other things you can see in the distance that you appear to have flown pretty far west. But you feel like if you make your way east, that would be back towards the monastery where your group had said they were planning to go. You realize that the dead trees around you, it matches some of Shadow Nemesis's description of this area around the monastery.
All right. Well, that's what I'm going to do. If east is where they are, likely, that's where they were going last time, the monastery. I guess I'm hoofing it. But where's my spell? Where's my, sending stone? I want to talk with them. Who the hell am I talking to? Oh, well, okay. So I just proceed east, I guess. And I guess I'm going to cast thaumaturgy, and every once in a while I'm going to go, guys! Oh, God. Guys!
And you would, but the first time you try to cast thaumaturgy, you find that though the magic is there, the reservoir is there, though it's present for you, you can't cast it. Nothing happens.
Huh? What? Hold on. There's obviously something wrong. Ezra, baby! Let me talk huge! I want to use my thaumaturgy now! Here goes, baby! Guys! Guys! What's going on?
Speaking at the same volume. The magic will not play through. You do not have access to the magic that you had been freely given before.
All right. Okay, cool. Well...
Can you roll me an insight?
All right. Oh, yes. Yes.
Megatron.
Yes. That is dirty 24. Obviously. So, obviously dirty.
Your best guess, your gut feeling about this, it comes across you almost the same way that your faith does. The way things that you just know are correct flow through you. You realize that you threatened Ezra. You said if Ezra did not divinely intervene, then you would abjure all gods.
I said that?
Ezra did not intervene. So your guess is you may have blasphemed to the point that you no longer have access to your cleric abilities.
No, not how it works. The God I know is forgiving. Forgive me. Hello. I'm sorry. But look what happened. Look at the fucking bindle. There's blood dropping from it. Come on. Okay, please. I'm sorry. Baby, you know I'm so sorry for you. I didn't mean it, girl. I just want you back in my life. Okay? I know I said some things. I was hot in the collar. But it's all love. It's all love, girl. Now, come on. Give me a piece.
And the mist swirls up and gives you a pop culture reference to try to steer you towards perhaps a better and less toxic apology.
A pop culture reference and going to a better apology. What the hell do I?
You remember a better apology from pop culture that you're like, oh, that tops that one.
All right.
I said I did a mean thing because I loved you too much, which is kind of weird. New Rogue's very young, but he remembers better apologies.
All right. I'm trying to think of a better apology. It would just be like, it's all I have is Homer because he biffed it so many times. So it'd be like oh, Ezra, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I just got hot in the collar. But I'll sure to be on the right footing from now on. Now, forgive me.
And
Please.
the mist swirls up around you again, suggesting maybe Ezra's needing a little bit more. You get another pop culture reference.
Oh my gosh. What is a good apology? I'm trying to think of apology media I've consumed in my life. With like all. Okay, this is a legitimate one. This is what was the guy's name who did Community? What's the creator's name?
Dan Harmon.
Dan Harmon. This is Harmon. I remember hearing him because he pulled some shit when he was like in a power position, right? And he talked about it, about how basically he realized what he did was criminal, and that so many apologies fall flat because you don't acknowledge the harm you don't spend enough time composing yourself correctly. There's a lack of earnesty, and there's, unless there's action that follows, it's completely hollow. And so there's a lot of pieces, and you have to realize you are not the protagonist. You are not the hero in the story. When it comes to an apology, you have to realize you are the tertiary character. The person you have harmed is the protagonist. And that's a humbling experience. So I understand you've done a lot for me. You've brought me back to life. You've guided me through these many adventures. I mean, you and the Watchers helped gift me Jack Magnum. And I know I'm I'm a little baby in this world, but you're the one that, birthed me here, and I can't turn my back on you. I can't disrespect you like that. I was desperate, I was foolish, but that's because I'm hurt. And I know you're hurt because of my hurt. So let's stop hurting each other. I'm really, really sorry. And I hope you can forgive me and bring me back in the fold, because I worship you and I just want to do good in this world. Sorry.
And there is a subtle clap of thunder, and lightning strikes down, bathing you in light. And when the light is gone, you feel your magic stores, and you feel that you are missing a spell slot. It is empty. It is not deleted, it is just empty. It's a spell slot for Revivify. And as you look down, you see a small goat looking up at you that says,
Jack Magnum, get back here, buddy! Oh my god! And I just collapse in him, and I just hug him. I hug him, and I hug him, and I kiss him. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That was foolish. I didn't mean for you to get hurt. I'll never do anything so stupid again. Hey, wait, what the fuck's in this bindle? I'm just gonna open it and dump out all this like goo.
Yeah. You realize at this point that's all Owl.
What happened, buddy? Was that the work of our Lord Ezra above? You're right. It sure as hell was. I'm glad you're back, pal. Were you scared? What was going through your mind? My torso. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, buddy. I wanted to go on my back, but it was just too fast, too furious. I love you, buddy, though. Okay. And hey, how about a little piece of food, huh? Would that do you good? Must be hungry being revivified. Well, I don't have any corn because we gave it to poor people, but I do have. What do I have? I have oh, look at this! I still have a little remnant of sun fruit. Here goes, buddy. Okay. Yeah, you do like it, and it's good for you because it's full of nutrients. Okay, and I'm just gonna put it in my hand and let him just eat out of it.
Yep. And before he eats out of your hand, he looks up at you and he raises one hoof and he rests it on your heart. And then he raises it up and he boops you on the nose. And then he starts eating a ton of sun fruit really violently out of your hand and it sprays everywhere.
Oh, I love you, man. I really do. Oh. All right. When he's done, I'm just going to hook him back up in his little Bjorn, and I'm just going to again hoof it.
Yep, you do that, and you make your way towards the monastery where you believe your friends must be going.
Guys,
let's take a quick commercial break right there.
Oh God.
New Rogue, you've said you're making your way back towards the monastery and you are occasionally using thaumaturgy to yell, "Hey, guys." Mm-hmm. How often are you doing that?
I don't know, like probably every 100 feet. But sometimes I'm just really maybe every 10 feet sometimes. It depends on how big the clearing is, how far I think my voice will reach.
Yep. So you're making your way through these dead woods under the starless sky with no moon. You are surrounded by petrified and dead trees. You can hear the rustling of the occasional bat wing. And then as you move forward, you begin to sink deeper into a fog that begins to almost blind you because you do not have dark vision, correct?
Yeah, I don't see dark vision in my stats, so yep.
Nope. Would you do something to give yourself the ability to see, or are you just trusting in your faith with hands outstretched, wandering through the woods yelling, "Hey, guys"?
Oh, right, because it's dark.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Let me see what I do. I don't really have... Well, I have a lighter. No, yeah, I'm going to light a torch. So instead of using Sacred Flame, I'm going to use my lighter.
Use your lighter?
Sparingly. So, Jack, my friend. Yeah, could I use your rear one more time for some of your sweet, sweet goat fluff?
He lifts one leg to expose a haunch.
Thanks, pal. And I shear some of that off. I know how to do it, so hopefully I don't have to roll anything for them.
You do not need to roll. We've established that for some reason this goat, you can just yank fur out of it. It doesn't hurt.
Great. So I'm going to just take a branch from a piece of tree.
One of the trees.
Obviously. Yes. No, from one of those rocks. Yeah. I'm going to wrap the fur around it. I'm going to open up my Zippo, and I'm just going to douse just a tiny bit of the fur with some of the butane. Mm-hmm. And put it back, and then I'm going to light this on fire to hopefully make a substantial torch.
You successfully make yourself a torch. So you're making your way forwards with a torch, able to see. You were very much in a I mean, what a timely reference. You're very much in a Silent Hill style scenario of a lot of fog and a lot of gnarled dead trees as you make your way forwards. Can you roll me a perception?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That is an 8.
You are making your way forwards, just hey-guysing it. You know, you got to be able to find this group. You're sure you must be able to find them. And that's when you start hearing howls in the distance. Just, oh,
God. Oh, hold
and
on.
You hear answering howl from the distance to the other side of you. And then you hear another howl, and it's clear they're getting closer.
Oh.
They're not on top of you, but they are moving towards you.
Jack, buddy, are these good howls or bad howls? Oh, but like how bad? 8 out of 10 is not like the worst of the worst, right? You're just making it lower so you don't scare me? Oh, well, you're a very sweet young little boy. All right. How about we go up in a tree now? Great. I'm going to try and climb a tree. How big is one of the biggest trees?
They're full forest-sized trees. They are denuded of all foliage, so it's just the branches themselves. But you can see kind of a big, cinematic shot in a horror movie style gnarled tree that's much taller and thicker than some of those surrounding it.
Okay.
Roll me in acrobatics.
Acrobatics or athletics?
I mean,
okay.
Do you know what? I think you've made a reasonable thing. If you're pulling yourself up with those muscles, we know you have canonically athletics.
Oh, fucking yes. All right. That saves me. All right. So that's 14.
14. You are making your way up this tree. You're about halfway up when you hear the howls and snarls growing closer. You're realizing they are very, very close. It is thinner branches towards the top of this tree. It is higher risk to continue moving up. You can feel how dry and dead this tree is. Mm-hmm. The question is, do you want to stop halfway up where you're about 15 feet off the ground, or do you want to go even higher?
Yeah, not too much higher, but I feel like 15 should be good, but just a little more. I just want to give it another 5 feet. I feel like 20 is just a good solid foundation to...
Yep, I would say roll me an athletics with advantage because you're not trying to max your climb. You're just trying to move a little higher, and you can do so carefully.
Yeah. All right. Boy. Did that turn itself? Oh, no. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's going to be... I'm going to roll the second one again because I think I got that wrong because I didn't see what it was. Okay. That's a 17.
17. You make your way up to 20 feet and you find yourself able to see out and over past some of the fog. It's still very foggy, but you realize you are very close to this monastery. Can you roll me as the mist swirls up around you a d6? 4. You see through the mist, realizing that only 100 feet away against the side of this monastery, you can see some of your friends. There's Tyler and there's Dell, and there are 2 of the cockatrices at the side of this monastery. You can see them. And that's when you hear the snarls below you as 2, for lack of a better term, unholy hellhounds burst out of the fog beneath the tree. These are nearly person-sized dog-like creatures. They are hairless. They are black-skinned. It is thick. They are rippling in muscles. And you can see inside, below their glowing red eyes and their massive fanged mouths, there's a red-hot source of what seems like flame, like rumple foreskin, but within a fleshy torso as they breathe in and breathe out. And you can see it growing hotter and hotter as their eyes lock on you.
Wait, they saw me. Oh, no. Okay. Using thaumaturgy, I say, New Rogue is not afraid of you monsters. Not when he has friends like Del, Tyler, Rumpleforeskin, Westra, and the other birds. Dr. Deputy.
And
That's it.
As Shadow Nemesis, you pull open the door and step back to allow the zombies out. That is what you all hear from the near distance behind you. You can hear the shuffling of zombies beginning to move within the monastery. Shadow Nemesis, it's a weird combination of breath and flesh and pulling. And you realize, all three of you, your plan is working. The zombies are coming out of the front of this monastery and moving forwards, which could be a way in. But behind you, New Rogue is surrounded by snarling and howls of what Shadow Nemesis termed the super werewolves. What do you do?
I hear it and I'm just like, oh my God, my plan is just going out the window. And I want to just quietly, without saying anything, try to make eye contact with Del and Tyler and just be like just signal like, don't move, just like quiet.
Del and Tyler.
Again! Right. I am not afraid.
I don't think I can see anything.
That's true, Del. You are blind. You're able to see a little bit. The fog is a little bit lessened around the monastery itself within this kind of clearing area around it, which is why you can see the structure and have some idea of what's going on. But outside of that, you can't see anything. So you just hear New Rogue clearly in danger saying his friends will save him in the distance. And Shadow Nemesis has told you to stay quiet and stay where you are. Do you do that?
I'm looking over to Tyler. Do you hear New Rogue?
Yes, I do.
Should we go help him?
Yes, but I don't know if we can help him.
Oh, okay.
I'm glaring at them, being like, just trying to like use like a psychic energy I don't have to tell them to be quiet. Stop talking.
Do you want me to go help him, boss?
No, stay. We got to do the plan. We got to stick to the plan, right, General?
Yeah. Tyler just nods. I nod.
Can you all, or actually, I will have Shadow Nemesis. I think we had you roll stealth for the group because this is your plan. Can you roll me a stealth with advantage?
Okay. Stealth with advantage. That is a total of 16.
16. You see with your dark vision 8 zombies staggering out of the front of the monastery. They all surround the troll's head and begin pulling flesh off of it and eating noisily. Your plan appears to be working. But back at the tree, New Rogue, you are yelling that your friends are definitely going to save you, only they have not shown up yet, which is when the first hellhound inhales deeply and exhales a blast of fire, trying to ignite the bottom of this tree.
Oh, what?
Oh, wow.
Okay. I don't like that.
The tree goes up in aggressive flame from the bottom and begins to burn up from its base while you are at the top. Beneath you, the one hellhound has breathed fire and is staring up. The other is waiting. It is your turn in this initiative order. What would you like to do?
Cool. Okay. I have guidance. Can I guide myself and... Well, that will give me like a buff for any of my other skills, correct?
That would give you a 1d4 buff, but it does take an action, I believe, to cast guidance.
Okay, so I couldn't use guidance and then like...
Does it take a bonus action to cast or an action?
Let me check.
Let's be sure.
Let me check. It's just as one action. All right.
Yep. It's
Never
an
mind.
action, so
All right, then screw that. I am going to. There's other trees, I assume, next to this one. I would like to ninja jump along the trees.
okay.
Wow. Man, it'd be great if I had corn. I could have just thrown corn at them.
That's what they like corn.
Can I? Now, I know you'll fight me on this, but I'd love to be able. Oh, wait. I have a misty step.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
So maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay. How far can I use my? Because I was gifted a misty cape. I know it's a little torn and tattered, but it should still work. Can I? And it's covered in gore. Can I? How far can I go with this?
Okay, Misty Step, you can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. So you could move 30 feet closer to the monastery because you're 100 feet away from your friends right now. So you can put yourself at the top of another tree 30 feet away closer to the monastery, or 30 feet to the top of a tree in almost any direction.
All right. And they shouldn't technically be able to track that. So if I were to just... okay. I think that's the best
And I'm not
thing
going to tell you exactly what they can or can't do, but that's an assumption you could make.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, you know what? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Spirit Guardians. Do I have Spirit Guardians? Might get some assistance. Yeah, I have Spirit Guardians. So I'm going to call forth a spirit to protect you because I might need some more help, and I'd like to toss something else to fight these guys while I run away.
Okay,
Is that a new one
might
for
be
you?
your. I think Spirit Guardian surrounds you. I think your spiritual weapon you could summon and drop below you to fight them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Spirit Guardians gives you a 15-foot emanation around you. So it's like you have a 15-foot special magic field that hits anything that comes at you.
Oh, damn it. Well, I really think the names are cool, and then I don't do the research for what they do.
But for the record, that would, when anything enters the field around you, its movement is cut in half. So 30 feet counts as 15 feet, and it takes damage the moment it enters the field.
Cool.
So it is a guardian in a both literal and metaphorical sense.
I'm going to, but then I've already used one Revivify, and I don't know how many people are going to die.
That is true.
And I have mass healing word. No, I'm
That's
full
not
health.
gonna help.
I'm full health.
I think
No.
Misty Step is a bonus action, correct?
See, I don't have any of that information. All I have is my
Okay, so
okay.
Misty Step is a bonus action. So you could actually Misty Step 30 feet away, use your action to summon the spirit guardians around you, and then just keep moving towards your friends. So you could cover 60 feet this turn in that you teleport 30, spirit guardians, run another 30.
Yeah. This is why Baldur's Gate takes so long for me. I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Let's roll the dice. Hopefully nobody dies. Okay. Spirit Guardians. When you cast this, let's see.
You cast it around yourself, they will burst out from around you. The question is, what does this magic look like for New Rogue? You know, his religious knowledge is increasing. Perhaps it's not all Austin Powers related, or perhaps these are your Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Oh. Let me see. These are Austin Powers based. Don't get it wrong. But they're all the beautiful accomplices Austin Powers had, his guardians that have really saved the day. I'm talking Elizabeth Hurley. I'm talking Heather Graham. I'm talking Beyonce. So I have these ephemeral ghost versions of them. Like they're just like, it's kind of like a classic ghost body where they taper off at the bottom, but they're just cast these beautiful visages, and they're transparent, but they look very beautiful. But as you get in closer to them, their transparency turns into kind of like rough edges that kind of like shred anything that touches them, and they kind of like turn into little creatures that go. So yeah, baby.
That's like Elizabeth Hurley.
But the Elizabeth Hurley one though is also like a fembot, so it also can like shoot projectiles out of her breasts.
Great. So New Rogue's angels are surrounding him as he teleports down and begins running towards his friends. For the rest of you, these first 8 zombies are eating this head, and you begin hearing a slurping sound, just sliding, gross. There's a certain amount of just skin dragged across a stone floor that you can hear, but overlapping. And the front zombies hear a sound from 30 feet away. Just, and you see 8 zombies look up.
No.
And it turns out these are fast zombies that immediately sprint forwards and begin eating the cockatrices. New Rogue, you begin to see a light coming at you from within the woods. You don't know what this is. It's at least 40 feet away through this thick fog, but it has not yet broken into the clearing from the direction of New Rogue's cries. What do, you 3?
If I see them, book it for the cockatrices. I have Death Stalker. I guess they have a little thing you can.
They got reins. Yep.
Yeah.
Bridle
So
whatever.
yeah. So I'm just like very quietly be like, with my hands like go, and then I want to just go inside, go behind the door frame, and wait till everybody's in, and then just shut the door and try to secure it.
The moment you step around the corner to go into this space, you realize you are looking at 6 zombie-like shapes.
Oh no,
but they are
they're
shorter.
zombies.
They are squat. You see the same undead flesh, but you realize from the sagging open mouths and the hollow eyes as they slop forwards, dragging fleshy parts of themselves. These are 6 zombies who don't have bones. They are slower than the others, but are making their way forwards towards the door. They have not quite reached it. And you realize, let me check this. Where's my freaking T20? But they have not spotted you yet.
Ooh, okay.
Do you want to lead your team inside and close the door behind you, but have these zombies right on top of you? Or do you want to try to shove your team back and see how long it takes them to get out? It's a very complicated circumstance. These are snap decisions, but it's a snap decision you have to make right after this break.
Ooh,
Nice.
Shadow Nemesis, you were the first around the corner. You see these strange boneless zombies slopping forwards that have not spotted you yet. Do you continue forwards or do you go back?
Okay, so how many slurp zombies were there again? 8?
6 slurp zombies are in front of you.
6.
There were 8 fast zombies that are currently eating Westra and I think Piss E. Kermit.
Yeah. I think in my head, I'm like, I would rather deal with bottomless slurp zombies than really fast, like 28 days later zombies. So I'm going to just, stick my head out and be like, get in.
Wonderful. This is the point where I need you all to roll me initiative.
With the chorus of anxiety you've got there.
That's a 16 for me.
A 19 for Tyler.
Ooh. Total of 15.
And what is your initiative, New Rogue?
Oh.
You're only 40 feet away from where they're starting, so it's important.
Oh, okay. That's a 16.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, boy. just like the you hear the dice roll, and then just like a little eyebrow goes up, and you're like, oh, and then another one, you're like, oh, what does that mean? This one grew a gun somehow. I don't know. I rolled a 5. Jeez.
Bark, bark.
I agree.
No.
I'm thinking of my werewolves.
All
That's
righty.
what I'm dealing with.
Because this is a brief surprise round. Tyler, you are up first. Shadow Nemesis has dashed around the corner through the front door and gestured for you to follow. I'm imagining you do follow, or do you not?
I am currently, I think Dell's like seeing eye Tyler, so I will like stoop down a little just to like whisper, because we're trying to be quiet, into Dell's ear, like, I don't know if you can see that or not, but Shadow Nemesis has gone inside and he's motioned for us to follow him. Do you want me to steer you in there?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to spend my turn moving Dell. Just a hand on his shoulder, moving her forward.
You successfully do that. You make your way into the inside of the monastery around the corner. Dr. Deputy follows closely. Shadow Nemesis, your companions are inside. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving. Oh, 0. All right. That is a 17.
17. You realize that your companions of... You realize Deathstalker and Jackson Triggs are still outside because no one brought them in. Rumpleforeskin follows inside. The rest of the party is in here. Do you want to close the door, or do you want to go get your birds?
Oh, yeah. Well, I wanted to bring Deathstalker in with me, so here's what I'll do. I'll go on the wall and kind of like walk out of the wall, and then how heavy is this bird? Can I pick up the bird?
That's a great question. I don't have that information directly at hand. Let me look it up.
How heavy
I
is
think they're
bird?
really big.
Quite big.
They are slightly bigger than people, so you're looking at like a pretty heavy bird. I would say you could arguably, with your powers, if you're rolling in athletics, carry one. There's no way you could carry both.
Well, I'm carrying Deathstalker then, yeah. So I'll like standing sideways, I'll just kind of like, just pick up Deathstalker and then just go back in.
Okay, roll me in athletics.
All right. Athletics is 3. Okay. That there be 12.
Yeah, Deathstalker's not doing that. Deathstalker goes, just bails, just runs into the woods.
Oh, damn it! I'll run back in. I'll be like, God damn it! I'll run in, and then when I run in, I want to close the door. And if there's some, little like wooden latch that could maybe fall and lock it or something, I'll look for that.
Okay, let me just run through the rest of this. Del, you make your way inside. There are some guttering candles in the corners and some other incredibly, what would traditionally would not be enough light to light this environment, but you've been in pure darkness for so long that you can actually see what is in front of you. You could see these 6 kind of skeletonless zombies slopping forwards and rising up as they begin to see you and Tyler. When you glance back, you see Shadow Nemesis has run outside instead of closing the door. The Dr. Deputy and Rumpleforeskin are right behind you. What do you do?
So I've just gotten in. I'm seeing the zombies turn at us.
Correct.
I'm gonna and put my hands up, and I'm going to cast Create Bonfire in the middle of the zombies.
Ooh.
How does that work? Walk me through it.
I
love it, for the record.
I can cast it up to 60 feet away, and it's a 5-foot cube. So I want to center the 5-foot cube over as many of the zombies as possible.
Yeah, I'd say you get 2 of them for sure.
Okay, and they must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Whew.
Nice.
The first one gets a 16.
That one will pass.
The second one gets a 9.
That one will not pass. So the one that did not pass will take fire damage, which I will roll. It's a lot. It's 12 damage.
Okay.
And the cube stays there for 1 minute. It's concentration. A creature must also make the saving throw when it moves into the bonfire space for the first time or ends its turn there. And the bonfire ignites flammable objects in its area that aren't being worn or carried.
Cool. I'm going to say the boneless zombie that takes damage does catch on fire.
Great.
It is drier on the exterior than one would think, almost as if it were dead and not full of a lot of the fluids and other things of necessarily the living. So it is beginning to burn bright.
Nice.
Outside, new rogue. You are 40 feet from the monastery. Do you keep moving towards it as the hellhounds, you can hear them snuffling and snarling behind you?
Oh, yes.
Right.
No choice. Right.
You move 30 feet forwards and you break into the clearing. Can you roll me a perception with disadvantage because you are surrounded by your Austin Powers is?
All right. Oh, okay. That's gonna be not very good. That's a 6.
It's a 6. You burst into this clearing, and the only thing you see is Shadow Nemesis standing sideways on the wall, cursing, and then making his way back towards the door.
Shadow Nemesis, help! I need help. I'm coming to you, or you come to me.
Idiot, get in here! Get inside, you idiot! Get in!
I'm running as fast as I can.
Get in here! Shut up! Get in!
There's werewolves.
And you both just make your way inside this door. And Shadow Nemesis, you manage to swing it shut behind you. The party is reunited. There are new rogues angels are around him spinning. Celebrities you all recognize in their holy yet disturbing legless forms. There's a bonfire in the middle of these boneless zombies. And that's when you all see, distant at the end of this monastery, leaping out of the altar, smashing it upwards, and then landing, a lithe, pale-skinned woman in black leather armor, lacquered, spread across her, form-fitted, moving. She raises a sword in one hand, but it has no blade. And that's when the blade begins to rise, shining as bright as the sun out of the handle of this sword, reminiscent of a lightsaber, one might say. And she raises it to a combat pose and says, "You've come to try to take this. Now you face the huntress." And that's the end of our episode.
What?
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras. And our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gata Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.